He was not slick. He tried to be.
Boys are back.
Boys are back in town.
So, guys.
How you doing, J-Ho?
What's up, Jeff?
You gave me light love.
He didn't look at you.
Another pre-production.
He don't want to look at you.
He gave me light love.
What you got, Weezy? Talk to me. Let the people know what's going on.
Our question week this week is this week's question came from training camp, man. I heard this in training camp, so I thought I'd bring it to the table. How many 5-year-olds you think it'll take to tackle Derrick Henry? That was the question of the week.
Full speed with pads on?
Full speed with pass on.
30.
Yeah.
If he's running full speed, it's gonna take 100 kids.
I'm gonna say
he's gonna kill.
It's gonna be like five. It's gonna be about 500.
Mike Vrabel said 35.
Ain't no way.
I say at least a floor of a school.
No.
The entire kindergarten program
Running
in a school.
full speed.
35.
Well,
We're gonna run over
what
the first 15.
let's just put him in let's just put him in a 10-yard box in the red zone.
Oh my God!
Stop him
These poor babies.
Stop him to get to the from the 15-yard line to the end zone.
And he's
You know
full
how much-
speed.
I know how much.
I'm just telling you what relax,
I know.
Squash.
That's what we saying.
Relax.
That's what we saying. That ain't
coach.
that 500.
The entire floor plus teachers.
Damn, 500 to get him. That 500, they'll take less than that.
Yeah, you didn't. So you need like 10 yards because if
Yeah.
he's getting going,
Yeah,
If he's down,
I'm talking about, okay, if we come around a sweep and they go 60 yards,
Yeah,
nobody tackle him.
nobody
But
tackle
10
him.
yards come through the two, coming through the two holes.
Tough kids, a lot of CTE going on.
Man, a lot of.
I say 40, about 40 to 50.
No, he gonna run over the first 15
give
by
me the
himself.
entire floor plus the teachers.
Yeah, them kids in
It
trouble.
ain't. It's gonna take like
Them kids
just regular adults. It'll take
Right.
like 10 regular adults to stop him.
In pads.
They gotta have pads on.
Tackle me.
One?
It made you. I hope that brightened up your
nah.
mood a little bit. You got a joke on me. I hope that always
Nobody
works for
say.
you. It always works
Cameraman
for you.
included. Yeah. It's gonna get ugly. Yeah, I know you are. You
Oh,
ready to get
my
to it?
God.
Let's get it.
Oh man.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing our right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for. Full sport press.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan, and this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameron, how you doing, brother?
Okay. Tip the hat.
Tip of the hat.
I like it.
Heard you.
All right.
See you, dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah.
So episode 479, man. We're moving on to the offensive side of the ball with the NFL Top 7 series with the wide receivers and tight ends.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
better damn believe.
Kick it off, Jeff. Best of the week. Talk to the people.
Cameraman. It is SummerSlam weekend. So you know what that means. Who gets the W? SummerSlam edition.
Please tell me there's no more one by one matches in this.
Nah.
Okay. All right.
All right. First match. It is the rubber match. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. It's a third match. Third match between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Weezy. Who gets the W?
Cody Rhodes.
Coach Locke.
Brock.
J.O.
Who's the champion?
No champions.
Brock Lesnar.
All right. And the next match, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, fresh off of his sneaker shopping appearance, versus Finn Balor. Coach Locke, who gets the W?
Seth Rollins.
J-Ho.
There's no champion.
Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight
I'm
Champion.
rolling with Seth.
Weezy.
Seth.
All right, last one, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, versus main event, Jey Uso, his cousin, the bloodline, in what we call tribal combat match. J-Ho, who gets the W?
Who's the champion?
Roman Reigns is the champion.
I'm rolling Roman Reigns.
Weezy.
I'm going Jey Uso.
Ooh, I like that main event, Jey Uso, Coach.
I'm going Uso.
Here we go. And that is SummerSlam edition of Who Gets the W.
Coach Locke, what you got best of the week?
Man, my best of the week is NFL is back, man. We've been around without football and basketball for a while now. They're kicking off tonight with the Hall of Fame game. I know it's preseason, but it's just it's getting back to it.
Yeah, plus one with me as well. Football is back. Football all the way until February every week. Good things coming.
I'm right back with that football. Football's here.
Back. Yeah, no, it's a big. It's tired of basketball. TBT.
I thought I'd never hear you say that.
TBT.
Yeah, it's overkill. Summer League was overkill.
Yeah.
Summer Kill came. Listen, it started with the finals.
Yeah.
Then it rolled right into the Summer League. Now TBT. Then we got the USA shit coming up.
Phoebus.
Yeah.
TBT has become a thing. TBT was like just a thing you watch just because. Now TBT is huge.
It's huge. They got region over here, then region down here, then region down here. Then they send to it. It's just. I applaud TBT for the Elam ending though. I really like that ending, the way they do that. For the listeners don't know, with the last 4 minutes of the game, whoever the highest score that gets to go plus 7 and take the time out. That way teams can't just milk the clock if they up by 15. You got to actually play the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Good shit. Yeah. Worst of the week, Weezy. Talk to the people.
Worst of the week for me, man. It's hot outside, dude.
It's hot out there.
It's hot.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody else works outside like I do something part that, but it's hot out there, dude.
It's hot.
It ain't been as hot the last couple of days.
You a lie.
Mm.
You ain't been out there. You a lie, but that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, okay. My worst of the week is Jonathan Isaac, man. Launching his own athletic apparel brand dedicated to his Christian faith and American values. Said he developed the brand Unitas as an alternative to woke retail brands like Nike. Said he's going to use. I used to sit and think what Jonathan Isaac was doing. I thought he was just aloof, just not necessarily knowing what he was doing. But he's just being used for an agenda.
Yeah.
All through Fox News, a little bit of everywhere, man. They're using you, Jonathan Isaac. You don't see it. He ain't played basketball since he was 21. He's 25. So play basketball. Worry about uniting that basketball into that hoop before you do all that.
NBA pay too good, man. NBA pay too good. That's what they just getting you money.
He's the poster child for guaranteed money in the NBA, not being a thing.
Yeah.
He's sorry as hell. Worst of the week, Coach. Talk to the people.
Worst of the week for me, man, is the Somalian runner that competed in the 100-meter dash at the FISU World University Games in China, man. She ran a 21.81 100-meter dash. She had never competed in a major event or even trained for it before. Why they put out there?
The skip?
It was so bad you couldn't even see it in the camera shot.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. Like, what are we doing?
The skip at the end when she go to finish.
Like, what are we doing, man? Come on, man. That's sad.
That was rough, man.
It was sad.
Yeah, that was rough to watch. Worst of the week, Jeff. Talk to the people.
Man, it's myself for procrastinating and waiting to vote until the last day, day of the day, and it was raining. It was a monsoon out there.
You decided to get a haircut instead of voting?
No, I went vote. I went vote. I gotta vote local. I gotta live by my words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to but I did. Nah, I ain't doing that. She didn't pay for that. She didn't pay for the endorsement, but she got my endorsement.
Yeah.
But nah.
But you decided to get a haircut instead?
I voted. Then I went and got my haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Juan Joe. Yeah,
Yeah.
the best barber in the city.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to no free shout outs, man.
Nah, he paid for that.
Man, why you ain't pay? No free shout outs.
He paid for what it look right. You see that line?
Yeah.
You see that line right there?
I'm gonna tell you what, Steve, you won the
Lord.
Not bullshit.
Oh,
That's the easiest
Lord.
haircut in the building right there.
Lord.
That's easy, dog.
Oh, man.
You should be mad at Steve. He's a fucking fraud.
Make sure you check
thank
us
you.
out
Thank you.
Yeah.
on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play. If you are still listening to us on Stitcher, please find another platform. Stitcher will be going away on August 26th. Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, of course. To catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. And coming in 2 weeks, 2 weeks time.
Put a date on
Yeah,
it.
put a date on it.
Yeah.
2 weeks time. The Full Sport Press Patreon page will be live. Where if you're like me, you want to listen to a podcast, you want to listen to it with no ads. Ads are everywhere on this podcast. You know why? We got to get paid.
You gotta get paid.
So if you want to listen to this
Hey,
podcast,
young
this
brother,
great
get
sports
paid.
content that we're creating for you, in 2 weeks you'll be able to get that with no ads on our Patreon page, plus other content that we will be adding weekly. So thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for supporting. Now, J-Hove
yes, sir.
and Weezy, Before we get started with the first half, do you guys have a yellow box of Cheerios recipient for our listeners?
I do. This week's recipient is Claressa Shields.
It is. It is. And a sign of just how far Keith Thurman's career has fallen. 28-year-old Claressa Shields, the undisputed women's middle heavyweight champion, has officially called out Keith Thurman for a fight at 154 pounds. This will be the first time in boxing history for an intergender fight. Thurman has been extremely inactive in recent times, fighting just once in the last 4 years. In response, he expressed his interest in a charity bout, but requested that Shields wear bigger gloves and protective headgear because he doesn't, and I quote, want to punch a girl in the face. Guys, should Keith Thurman actually go through with this?
No.
In short term, no.
No.
Please, no.
We do not need to see no female fighting a male in boxing. I don't care if it is a charity event.
Especially for a charity event.
Yeah.
Boy, we need to see that, man.
And I know what Claressa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner, they spar with guys and they feel comfortable about that. But the female anatomy is different than the male anatomy. It's just harder for a woman to bring as much force with a punch than a guy. It's just hard to do. Very difficult. But it's kind of match up. Now, if it's a regular dude walking down the street, she'll probably beat the hell out of a
Pros
regular
versus
dude.
Joes.
Pros
I got
versus
Claressa
Joes.
Shields.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. But if Keith Thurman was in his 60s,
He
it
catch a
would
wide
make
open, he
sense.
gonna knock the hell out of him.
Yeah, but dude, he's 34 years old. He was the king of the welterweight division, dude. And to see him, if he wins this fight, gets nothing for this.
Yeah.
No, and if he loses, he's a laughing stock.
Of boxing forever.
We're gonna be talking about him like we talk about Nate Robinson with his booty in there.
Yes.
Yeah, she lose, she get nothing for it.
It's
zero benefit.
It's a lose-lose for him.
I just want Keith to get his mind right and find a fight. He's on line fishing for a fight.
No,
Anybody?
he running from Boots. He won't fight Boots.
Well, nobody wants to fight Boots right now.
that's true.
But unless you're Terrence Crawford. But
Boots, he don't even want to fight Terrence Crawford. Listen, Terrence Crawford waits. He does the Floyd Mayweather
he
duck.
should not fight Boots. I think it's the other way around. If he want to fight Boots, I think he fight Boots now. Because Boots is young, 24. If he gets him at 28, well, that won't be. He'll be 40 years old.
Yeah,
But still,
so,
you got to fight him. Yeah, but anyway, Keith Thurman, find somebody else to play with, man. You get in the ring, fight for a legitimate bout. Leave Claressa Shields alone. She's bored. She goes between boxing and MMA. Her and Alicia Baumgartner need to figure out who's going to lose weight, who's going to gain weight. Just make a mega fight and get it out the way, because at this point, there's no one else for either one of them to fight.
Neither one of them should fight each other. That ain't a good fight. Jeff, take that to your people.
I got you, man.
Yeah, get that over to them.
Yeah,
You guys ready to start the first half?
let's do it.
Let's get
Do
it.
Got merch on.
For sure.
FullSportPressPodcast.com. Get your merch, get your hats, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, get your long sleeve tees. We got you covered, man. We got you covered. More stuff on the way. Always tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are out.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like you do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J Hope.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy.
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Jeff, where can they find you on social media, big dog?
I'm Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Coach, where can they find you?
And nothing's changed. It's Lock_the_great. That's THA. Get that, man.
Yeah.
Jay, where can they find you, big dog?
J Hope, Instagram and Twitter. Find me on Twitter for sure.
And I'm Weezy. FSP_Weezy on IG. I'm at Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
That's you, big dog. That's you. All right, let's kick the first half off with some NFL talk, guys. Indianapolis coach running back Jonathan Taylor reportedly remains committed in his desire to play elsewhere. Taylor was placed on the active, physically unable to perform list at the start of training camp. This was a result of him failing his preseason physical because of a surgically repaired right ankle, who he injured with last season with the Colts. Taylor, who's entering the final year of his 4-year rookie contract, has been frustrated with the Colts' unwillingness to have discussions about a new deal. He is scheduled to make $4.3 million this season. The Colts will have to make a decision on Taylor at the roster cut down to 53 players on August the 29th. Jeff, will the Colts oblige his trade request?
Nah, man. Cocaine Ursray, the owner of the Colts, has said that he will not trade Jonathan Taylor. Also said that if he dies and Jonathan Taylor never plays again, the NFL will still go on. So I don't know what's up with Cocaine Ursray, but at the end of the day, Jonathan Taylor is a running back. He wants to get paid. He understands. They had that Zoom call, and he understands their market is crazy for them right now. And he's one of the top tier guys who deserves a big payday. He won't get it in Indianapolis though. Sad to see, but he's going to play this year though.
Coach,
this is another bad situation for being a running back, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves his money. We understand that. You know, he only played in 11 games, had 861 yards, but nobody wants to pay these guys, and he'll make the roster cut. They won't trade him. He'll eventually end up playing because he'll have no choice, but he will not be a Colt after this year.
yeah. Talk to me, Weezy.
Oh, Jim Irsay's nuts. Let's all agree on that. He's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus.
Yeah, he's crazy. Not a guy you want to play chicken with because he has all the power.
Yeah,
it's tough to play chicken with. But at the same time, Jonathan Taylor is the wrong time to ask for a deal. He came off a bad season.
Yep.
He came. This is his second year of being hurt. He was hurt last year. Only have 800 yards. You can't ask for a new deal after coming off that season. You have a good season this year, like Saquon did last year. Prove it deal. Stay healthy.
Still got franchise tag.
Yeah, well, still got franchise tag.
Yeah.
But you'll make $10 million instead of making $4 million. You have a better argument next year.
I mean, yeah, no, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I just don't think he has a leg to stand on to ask for a trade. I mean, to ask for a new contract now. I don't think another team would give him one either. I think they'll trade for him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe franchise him next year. He'll still be stuck, but I don't think they'll give him a new deal.
Shout out to Jalen Rose. Everything that you guys said, you never get what you actually deserve, only what you have the leverage to negotiate. And if this was Jonathan Taylor going into a Russian champion, he beat out Derrick Henry that year. Yeah, you sit and say, okay, then you get that extension. But it's just not the year. Only thing that the Colts really don't have to worry about is the fact that how disgruntled, however he gets, he's not walking out of that training camp. It'll be super risky. We saw this happen to Le'Veon Bell amongst a bunch of other running backs. It just doesn't necessarily go into the favor of said running back. So, like Weezy said, all of these guys from Saquon Barkley to Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, they're in tough spots, man. Neither of those running backs will get a multi-year contract before the mid-July deadline for franchise players next year to serve, and they'll be franchise tagged again. It's just the running back is that it's an all-time low. The only time a running back won was the guy to lead a team to a Super Bowl was Marshawn Lynch. That was 10 years ago. So, man, it's just rough. And then the thing is with Jim Irsay, like how you guys mentioned, he's a kook. He's backing a $20 million plan to release a killer whale in Miami. So Jim Irsay is basically saying, sorry, Jonathan Taylor, all my money is tied into a whale relocation. You're spending $20 million of your own money, but you got your starting running back who only won 6-7 games average for the last 2 years. He's the reason that you actually won games. Pay the man, dog. Pay the running back one.
Do you think this has anything to do with now he has AR-15?
No, hell no. People just not paying running backs. If this was, I'm telling you, if this kid was coming off a 1,500 year like he had in 2021, he'd have got paid. It's just coming off of 861. That's totally different, man. He broken down. He's a good running back too. But you coming from Wisconsin, you gonna run that ball.
Yeah, you are.
He was running as a freshman. He had like 300 carries as a freshman there. So it's miles. It's a fleet. It's a fleet like Derrick Henry. You know how mad I would be. No disrespect to whales, but if my owner was trying to get a whale to Miami from Seattle to Miami, and I know I need that $10 million, pay me my money, dog.
Oh,
and they're gonna franchise him next year. He get his $10 million. They're gonna franchise him next year.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. You do your rookie contract, franchise twice, and you free agent.
Done.
And best case
That's
scenario.
the cycle.
That's the best case scenario. All right, let's move on to boxing. Whew. All right. So the much ballyhooed and waited for and anticipated fight between Errol, the Truth, the Big Fish, and Terrence Bud Crawford happened in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. The big four belts. Okay. All right. Terrence Crawford scored a 9th round TKO in this anticipated fight. It wasn't as close as the 9th round TKO. Coach Locke, how did you feel about this fight?
I was very disappointed in this fight as a person that was looking forward to this fight. And person, I go and record said I thought Errol Spence was gonna win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been surprised that Bud did win, but I just thought Errol was gonna win the fight.
Yeah.
He just didn't look like Errol Spence to me.
No.
I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know. It just he won the first round, which wasn't surprising because Bud never wins the first round.
Never.
He always starts slow and then he does his work later. But after round one, it was like Errol Spence packed it up.
Yeah, he got a little nasty.
he got done. It was over with, and I was like, wow. To be honest, it should have been stopped in the 6th, 7th round.
Yeah, we were calling for that fight to be
Stop.
stopped.
Yeah.
5th, 6th, 4th round. Like
He just-
rough.
Yeah.
He just needs to go back, recoup. Don't fight again this year. No, it's too soon.
Oh, that was my next question.
Just chill.
Yeah. You guys talk about everything I wanted to talk about, but for that fight to clear 650,000 in pay-per-view sales, that means that things are on the up and up for boxing, especially at that weight class. Now, heavyweight fighters, it ain't nothing there, but that was way above expectations. Both of the guys get close to $20 million, a little bit more for Bud. I don't care nothing about it. The fight was terrible. It was a terrible fight. But are we gonna talk? Can I go ahead and talk about what motherfuckers should do next?
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is the thing. People are saying Errol. No, that's what I'm saying. Errol. People are saying he should retire. He should not retire. He just came in the ring. It's his first loss. Dude, it was the best fight in the world right now.
No way. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No way you think he needs to retire.
Nah, man.
He had a bad night.
He got big fights ahead.
I hear you.
I think he's done at 147 though.
Oh yeah, he got.
I think he's done at 147.
He's been won that for at least
I think
3
he
years.
needs to go to. I think he needs to go all the way to 160. I think he needs to go all the way to 160. See what you can do there.
Yeah.
Now for Bud, I want him to fight Boots. He's scared of Boots. Cool. I'm cool with that. So I guess you go with a Charlo, brother. But if Jamel could go ahead and beat Canelo, that's a tall task.
Yeah, it is.
If that happens, then him and Bud is the better fight. But it's 160 for my dog Errol Spence. Your first loss, cool. Listen, 147, he did all he could do. It's first time losing. First time getting knocked down.
First time getting knocked down.
Come on, man. Yeah, nah. So
Got knocked down
I
plenty,
think
though.
160 though. Yeah, he got his ass. He got his ass with his zip.
He look like Martin.
Yeah, it was Martin. He was lumped up. 160 is where he should live at.
I don't want to fight.
What you got, Weezy?
I didn't see much of the fight. I think I saw the first couple rounds.
That's unfortunate.
Y'all go right ahead, man.
My bad.
No, I was in agreement.
My bad.
They said it was much to say. I didn't miss much.
No, you missed a lot. It's a man's fight. It's a good man's fight.
So what are you saying?
Have you ever seen anybody lose to a 10-6 in a ring?
10-6 round?
A round.
No,
Yeah,
I ain't
that
never
doesn't
seen
happen.
10-6.
That doesn't happen.
10-6 is
10-6
crazy.
Because most time they call the fight
Yeah,
before
that's
this.
10-6,
it should have been called.
Yeah,
The fight should
most time it never gets to that point because the ref will just call it before it even gets to that.
10-6,
That's
That's
insane.
nuts.
That's insane. So I you done, Weezy? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
unfortunate. Yeah.
It is unfortunate. You should have watched that whole fight. A little late though. A little late. A little long in the tooth. You go to bed a little earlier than a lot of people. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. You
Watch it.
No.
Watch
You
your hand.
no.
Watch your
I'm
hand.
saying you. But you did that with a lot of force.
Watch your hand
though.
for be
You
a
did
fight.
that with a lot of
It'll be a
force.
fight in here. Watch your hand.
So I rewatched the fight earlier this week. Oh, go right ahead.
No.
Jack. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying you get your rest. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a long day ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
I got you.
Gave him a hard hand.
It's a wood coach.
So I rewatched the fight earlier this week.
I'm just telling you, dog. I'm just telling you that because you keep doing.
Oh my God.
I'm just stop. Stop.
I'm just saying.
Stop.
Bro.
I rewatched the fight earlier this week.
Well, you keep touching me.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
So
What I'm gonna do?
when I rewatched the fight, cameraman, to kind of speak on the why if he does retire, I understand it. Errol Spence has one speed. He's like Marion Barber when he was running back. Downhill. That's all he got. He could not adjust from when Crawford realized he could beat him to the punch, and Spence is going to stand in front of him the entire time. Yes, he was weight drained. Yes, he did not look well at 147. That's all true. And on the second watch, just watching it, he did not look like himself. He did not. But
Jeff, you watched this fight twice.
yeah, I did. Watch it again because the reason why I watched it the second time is because I said, "Ain't no way he got his ass whooped that bad." That's exactly what I said. Like there had to be because
Did you watch it twice? You ain't finished. You want the
Why you got 2
knockout?
fingers right
Why
there?
you didn't do the knockouts, dog? At least you could have did the knockouts.
I seen knockout second round.
okay.
Because and another reason why I watched it because a partner of mine hit me and said there were instances during the fight where Spence had a shot. Where Spence had a shot.
Come on, man.
Hey, dog. Hey, dog.
Come on, dog. Wait a minute. Jeff can't even get. He got started on this
dog.
point because he's.
Hey, dog. Hey, dog. No, he didn't just go Gilbert Arenas on me. You just went Gilbert Arenas on me.
What you talking about?
Can we? All right. Are we ready for the second? Are we ready for halftime?
Did you finish your point?
I don't even give a damn. But this boy, yeah.
No, you was getting to a point.
No, I was just saying. I do after watching the fight the second time. A partner of mine hit me was like,
Hey, nah,
See,
there was.
my neck, bro. Why you touch my neck, though? Why you touch my neck? That nigga touched the
Let's just
small
go.
of my neck, bro.
All right. Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime,
Hell yes, there too.
make sure you do all that. All right. And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you pick that out. All right. To get from the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. J-Ho. Halftime. It's the Full Sport Press Song of the Week. You know how we do it. Each person on your esteemed panel picks a song that's got them through the week for the workouts, for the commutes, just every day listening to music, man. Any genre, any artist, any year of release date. Starting with you, Weezy. What you got?
This week, man, my song was Fabulous, man. Throw it in the bag
Okay.
and dream.
At the remix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was throwing it in the bag.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna pick Nas. Got yourself a gun.
You got mine. I hope you got yours. Nah. I just sung it.
Kind of did. He did. J-Ho?
Yeah. Mine is Jay-Z's Reminder. It's just a friendly reminder.
That's a good joint right there.
Yeah. Reminder. Nah, that's been sitting right there, big dog.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. Reminder.
Slept on song.
Super slept on Jay-Z
Yeah.
song.
Coach Locke.
I went old school, man. I went James Brown to Payback.
Woo!
Revenge.
Got
to
some get back.
Sometimes you got to, man.
Damn right.
What if it's to a James Brown song?
I don't know.
That's a good joint right
Probably. James Brown put a gun out on somebody plenty of time.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Big pistol. Jay Brown put a big pistol out.
I ain't doing the interview. I feel good. I feel good. I look good. I may look good.
Get the light up a fan.
What you put me up for?
Let's do the Godfather song. All right. My pick, we were talking about the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight. So my pick is Lose Yourself by Eminem. You want to run through a wall when you start thinking about mom spaghetti?
Song overrated.
Oh my God! All right,
No, I'm saying.
that's his one. That's his one.
Slim Shady is his one.
No,
I'm gonna say it's
Stan is his one.
Stan is his one.
But if you had to pick a
Lose Yourself is a major.
they play that. They play that every sport arena.
I promise you that don't get me hype. I'm more hype for Jump Around.
Oh, I mean, who don't
That's
want
another one.
Yes,
I
the-
can't.
They're in
yeah.
the same realm.
Jump around.
Yeah.
No, what you mean?
They're in the same realm. Like they play the
Oh,
machine.
yeah.
Yeah, sporting events.
I'ma
That's
tell you
Phil
what give me
Collins.
more
It's
hype
in the
than
night
that.
tonight. In there tonight.
DJ Khaled. All I do is win, no matter what. Yeah, more than what?
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
Nah, now I'm taking DJ Khaled's song
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna get you hype.
first.
I like
Everybody, and then
It's
if the
vomit on my
whole
sweater
place
already.
is
Mom
going with your
spaghetti.
hands go up and they stay there, that's hype. Go, man.
What?
Go.
All right, you guys ready for the second half?
Let's get it, man.
Let's do it.
Full Sport Press.
This your boy FSP Weezy. Join us each and every Monday on all streaming platforms. And don't forget, everything is paid for.
The Revolution will be podcasted. Second half, the 2023 NFL Top 7 series, moving on to the offense with the wide receivers and tight ends. Part 3, guys. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Guys, the Brain Trust here at FSP put together a list of who we perceive to be the top 7 wide receivers and tight ends heading into the upcoming NFL season. This list is strictly related to their 2022 stats and performance and who has the best chance of maintaining that great play heading into next season, Coach.
Now, before we go on into this list, we got to give a shout out to my guy, Logan Miller 6039 on YouTube. He commented on our linebackers and pass rushers top 7 list and said that we left out Quentin Williams and Jonathan Allen. We wanted to give him a shout out because we did.
Yeah, no free shout outs, but that's a free shout out.
Yeah, that's a free shout out. Cause I don't know how we left Quentin Williams off this
Quentin
list.
Williams deserved to be on the list.
Yes.
Just didn't get enough votes
Right.
in the champagne room and with the listeners. So next year, what's my man's name?
It is Logan Miller 6039.
Logan, send in a list of the top 7, fullsportpress@gmail.com, or you can send it to fullsportpress on IG. Everybody got an IG, Twitter. Send us a list, dog, so we can include people like Quentin Williams that didn't get enough votes.
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right, guys, let's get started with the tight ends. We'll kick things off with last year's list, Jeff. Talk to the people.
All right. At number 7, we had Mike Gesicki from the Patriots. Number 6, we had Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys. Number 5, we had Darren Waller from the Giants. Well, now on the Giants. Number 4, we had Kyle Pitts. Oh, boy. All right. Number 3, we had George Kittle. Number 2, we had Mark Andrews. And number 1, we had Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Who was going off the list? Talk to me, Weezy.
All right. Well, Cam had Mike Gesicki going off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
Jay
out to Cam.
had, shout out to Cam. Jay had Stacey Same on the list. And I had Dalton Schultz.
There we go. And who joins the list? Who do we have predicting joining the list?
Cam had Mike Gesicki joining the list.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading. I had Darren Waller joining the list.
Okay.
And Jay had TJ Hawkinson joining the list.
I knew it was a year for TJ, young TJ. Let's kick things off with our honorable mentions. Who we have first with the honorable mentions?
Our first honorable mention was Kyle Pitts.
How Kyle Pitts is he gonna play 8 games? Oh, that's a Jeff production. Talk about it, Jeff.
No, I mean,
He was an honorable mention. Yeah, that's
he
your
had a
man.
horrible.
He got injured.
Yeah, he had a horrible injury. He had
I set my boy up.
a horrible QB1 situation. He had a transitional QB1 at the time. He was open a few of those plays. He was
Still open.
He was open.
And Redland just
We can go into stats into things of that nature, but the thing is, our criteria goes off of last year's performance going into expectations for this coming football season. This coming football season with a competent QB1 at Desmond Ridder that the Falcons have, Kyle Pitts is expected to kill this year.
That's right.
They saying Desmond really looking rough. He's looking rough in training camp.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
He got to shake it off.
Yeah, he does.
Shake the devil off.
He got a month. He got a month to get right.
Yeah. Give me another honorable mention, Jeff.
Another honorable mention we had was Darren Waller. No, just kidding. That's what it sees his face. We didn't have a second one.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have a
All
second.
right. All right, let's move on to the list, guys. Who we got at 7, Coach?
7, we have Dawson Knox from Jeff's Buffalo Bills.
26 years old, wasn't ranked last year. This is a guy, man. Talk to me about Dawson Knox, please.
Dawson Knox.
Brentwood kid. Shout out to Brentwood kid. Yeah.
And Brentwood kid. He's the big he is Josh Allen's safety blanket.
Yep.
Maybe one of the best safety blankets in the NFL. We're gonna get you another one, no safety blanket on this list too. But he is the safety blanket for Josh Allen. He's the running back, pretty much. And he's not the running back, but he's a secure. Like he's at 5. Give me 5 yards first down. That's Dawson Knox.
Gotcha.
And it's also he has a really good security blanket, and Stephon Diggs too. But Dawson Knox has him out a lot.
Yeah. Jeff, talk about your guy.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off that, he extends our short passing game from 5 to 7, maybe 7 to 10 yards. Due to our lack of running game efficiency, we do have to use our tight end in the short passing game, and Dawson Knox is perfect for that. He is a considerable safety blanket for Josh Allen when he does not turn the ball over. So, yeah, Dawson Knox, although we did draft a tight end this year, we're going to run that 2 tight end set, and I do think it's going to kind of step into his numbers going into next year. But Dawson Knox is definitely one of the better tight ends in the NFL.
Coach.
I mean, y'all said everything about him. In today's game, you almost have to have a tight end like him. If you look at all your top-tier teams, they have that tight end that does that for you, like my 49ers, the Chiefs, and other teams that have guys on this list that we'll get to. But Dawson Knox is that guy, the sure hands that if it's, like Jeff mentioned, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and Diggs is not open, he's going to get you that first down.
Yeah, dump it down to Dawson Knox, quarterback turned tight end. One of those guys, not the strongest blocker in the world, like Weezy mentioned, and he's never going to be a Travis Kelce. a route runner. But I tell you what, Buffalo doesn't look like Buffalo without a guy like Dawson Knox. Now, like Jeff also mentioned, his days might be numbered with Dalton Kincaid being there as a draft pick in 2023, but he's still, as far as he just goes, as far as the pecking order, as long as he remains healthy, he'll be a guy for the Buffalo Bills. We got at 6, Coach.
At 6, we have Cole Kmet from the Bears.
24 years old, wasn't ranked last year. Talk to me about Cole Kmet, Weezy.
Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet made this list because Justin Fields running for his life last year, and he was like, he had no other wide receivers, so he had to throw the ball to Cole Kmet. But Cole Kmet is one of those wide receivers that can do both. He's a blocker. He also blocks very good for
That's true.
for the Bears.
One of the few blockers they had.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me this year if his
Receptions.
yeah,
Yo.
well, his production goes down this year because they brought in 2 veteran wide receivers.
Still the safety blanket, still going to get 700, 800.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right there.
I'm the exact opposite of Weezy. I think his production goes up this year. I think that offense is, spoiler alert, due for a big jump this year. We'll talk about that on our prediction show. I've hinted at that already, talking about the Bears. But with Cole Kmet, this buzzword is safety blanket, but him being a great short-term route runner and being able to block for Justin Fields, because he's going to have to get downfield and block because Justin Fields is going to run. He's going to get out. But he's also going to be open for him. With those 2 receivers, with the bringing in those new weapons for him, Claypool and DJ Moore, with them being open or drawing so much attention, it's going to free up Cole Kmet even more in the seams, across the middle, and in the flats and things like that. It's going to be fun to watch that offense this year.
Cool.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big year, and he's probably one of the better tight end blockers on this list we have, because most of these guys are your route running tight ends that they'll chip block you, get out, but for the most part, to be able to block for the running, he's probably one of the better blocking tight ends on this list, and he's going to have a good year, and people are going to see him more now because the Bears are going to have a better year with the weapons they have.
Yeah. It's 3 guys are the future of the tight end position in the NFL. It's Kyle Pitts, it's Cole Kmet, it's Pat Freiermuth. And all those guys have the type of explosiveness and size to be an archetype for the tight end position. He has to work on just figuring out ways to be a better route runner, but he's already a solid receiver in that play action game. He's going to be a great guy for my guy Justin Fields in 2023. Who we got at 5, Coach?
At 5, we have Evan Ingram from the Jaguars.
24 years old. Weezy, talk about the guy.
Evan Ingram's only 24 years old.
I said the same thing, man.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been in the league 8 years.
Yes, he played with the Giants for a long
Played
time.
for the Giants 4 years. Yeah, man.
But this kid, well, he's a kid. Yeah, this kid's always been good, man. He just finally, I think he finally found the right coach and finally got a decent quarterback, well, a good quarterback. But he had played with Eli Manning though.
Yeah.
He played with Easton.
What was left of Eli?
Yeah, what was left of Eli?
Downfall. Right.
Right.
The end of Eli.
Yeah.
And he played with
The ghost of Eli.
Danny.
Right. He actually could have had one of the breakout player of the year last year.
Yeah.
The way he played last year.
Yeah,
It was
nah,
up there.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it got him a contract too.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Yeah.
He deserved all of that.
So yeah, I think Frank Wright and them's gonna have him where to go perfect. Well, he finds the perfect holes in the zone to sit down.
Doug Peters.
With Doug Peterson. I'm sorry.
it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But yeah.
What you got, Joe?
If you're buying stock in tight ends, this is the stock you want to buy. It's cheap enough right now, but at the end of this year, it won't be no more because they're gonna make a run, and it's Jacksonville's gonna make a run, and he's gonna play a very key part in that. Like we just said, sitting down in the zone, just getting open. He's always had sure hand tight end. Pardon me, and he's got a good to about to be great quarterback in the backfield is gonna find him, and he got weapons all around to free him up too.
Okay. Go.
Ingram was one of those guys when he first came out of college, he had big expectations, and he never could get to them because of injuries or lack of quarterback, whichever one you want to go with.
Mm-hmm.
But him going to Jacksonville, like Jeff mentioned, we're going to be able to see that ceiling because he has a quarterback that can get him the ball, and there'll be other weapons around him. So that's going to make it even better for him. So I think this is when we would start to see the best of Evan Ingram and what he was expected to be coming out of college.
Yeah, man. Been waiting for this breakout year like Weezy mentioned, and it finally happened. Just one of those guys that needed a system that works best for him. It feels like this career year for him is just a start, like Jeff mentioned. If Calvin Ridley is able to play football the way that I see him playing football in this training camp so far, open up so many opportunities for Trevor Lawrence to get him the ball, just holds an athletic advantage over every middle linebacker, slot corner, that's safeties that's out there guarding him. And his brand of football is different, man. He'll never be a line blocker, like an inline blocker, like you would say, like Pat Fryermuth or Cole Kmet. But he doesn't have to be. He's a wide receiver, tight end guy, man. He's going to be a guy next year. Moving on, number 4, Coach, what we got?
Mark Andrews from the Ravens.
Yep, 27 years old. Number 2 on the list last year. Pro Bowler. Talk to me about Evan. I said Evan. Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, he could easily be top 3 on this list.
Yeah.
He only averaged 3.6 yards a catch last year because his quarterback decided to sit out and not play.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Or he was hurt. Whatever story
Right.
you want to
Smart
believe.
money's on Lamar.
Yeah. But when he went, but when Lamar Jackson was out there and this guy, he would actually go 10 yards.
Yeah.
And he had the hardest job because he had to watch Lamar.
Yeah.
He had to go watch. Where's he going? All right, I got him. I'm right here.
Yeah.
He didn't have. He had a Pacific route.
Yeah.
But his route got broke off at any time because you never know what Lamar was.
That's true.
And he can go 15. He never went deep.
Yeah.
15 yards and sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Just sit down and wait for him to find you because he's gonna find you. He was his we used safety blanket a million times already, but he was his only target in Baltimore.
Only showing time.
it was the only thing he could find, and he was open. And Lamar gonna look for him because he was confident in him. He trusted him, and for rightfully so. The guy puts up numbers. He's gonna continue to put up numbers as long as they're healthy, and it's gonna be fun to watch them as a healthy Baltimore Ravens this year.
Yeah, Coach.
Mark Andrews is a weapon in the red zone. 10 of his 17 targets in the red zone were for touchdowns. 5 of those joints were touchdowns out of those 10. And he's another one of these guys that's a really good run blocker. So, like Weezy mentioned, you have to be able to run block in that system with Lamar Jackson behind you because he'll pull it down and take off running if he doesn't have anybody he can throw the ball to. And they have a run-heavy scheme anyway.
They do.
So you have to be able to be a good run blocker, which he is. But then he has those hands where, he gets 113 targets and he has 73 receptions.
Yeah.
So that's sure hands.
Nah, he's out there. Yeah, the Ravens, like we all mentioned, had very little outside help other than my guy Mark Andrews over the last couple of years. Still put up great numbers. The tight end just class that we're going through, this 1 through 7, has just been rough. His 847 still ranked 3rd in the NFL amongst tight ends. It was the first time since 2013 that only one tight end had 1,000. So even going back to 2013, it was 7 guys that had over 800. So it is I don't know if that's the growing of the wide receiver position. I don't know if running backs are catching more balls outside of the backfield. I don't know what it is, but tight ends are suffering. But Mark Andrews is one of those guys that, he's just going to be a staple for that team. Doesn't get a lot of yak yards after the catch at all, but he's just there to catch the ball and move the chains. He's a chain mover. So shout out to Mark Andrews. But man, that is crazy. Only one guy got up 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on to 3. What we got, Coach?
TJ Hawkinson from the Vikings.
26 years old, wasn't ranked last year. Was a Pro Bowler. Weezy, talk about TJ.
He got a fresh start. Last year in Minnesota. He only was 2nd in receptions behind Travis Kelce as a tight end. But this guy's one of those guys that you can spread him out wide, and he'll match up problem instantly as a tight end inside the numbers. He'll match up problem out there. Only thing with this dude right here is if he ever learns to block, which he don't want to do that though.
Nah. Yeah.
If he ever learns to block, he don't come off the field.
They said that about Travis Kelce. He been just fine though.
Yeah, because the NFL didn't change.
Yep.
The NFL changed. They don't run the ball no more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's why Go ahead.
I remember when this trade happened, I was thinking, dang, Detroit's tanking. Because you traded one of your best players in your division.
In the division.
You don't see that happening. But it worked out well for Detroit, and it worked out great for the Vikings as well. You got another weapon to go with that high octane offense, minus the quarterback. So he's open with
don't do Kirk like that. Right. Kirk straight, Captain Kirk straight, man. He's sorry though, but he's just. I get what he's saying though, but he still got 900 though. Yeah, I get what you're saying though, Jeff. Speak on it.
All right, say what you want to say about Kirk. He's 3rd-tier quarterback in the NFL at best.
Ooh.
3rd-tier at best.
Ooh, is he
3rd-tier at best? Ooh. Depending on how many. If we're breaking it down evenly, 6 or 7 players per tier, he's 3rd-tier.
So who's the leader of the 2s?
Leader of the 2s would be depending on how many players we're doing.
Tier?
How many per tier? If we're doing 6 players,
6.
If we're doing 6 players per tier, the leader of tier 2 is Jalen Hurts, maybe.
Jalen Hurts might be.
Or Or Deshaun Watson.
Don't you say that?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts ain't you shit.
Or Deshaun Watson. Depending on how you look at it.
I think Kirkin too. He the last slot.
I won't take up the listeners' time, but I got 12 quarterbacks off the top of my head that I'm taking for Kirk.
What you got, Coach?
Man, TJ, man, he's one of those tight ends that catches the ball well in traffic. He had 20 contested catches, which was 8 more than any other tight end. And his numbers are going to go up because we're going to see your boy Adam Thielen gone from the Vikings. So he had 21 red zone targets in Adam Thielen last year. So with him leaving, that's going to increase TJ's red zone targets, which is going to have him have a better year, which he was on pace to have. If he would have been with the Vikings all year, he probably would have had 100 receptions.
Yeah. It's crazy that, like Jeff mentioned, you trade a guy on a rookie deal in division. It's nuts, man. But that midseason trade did wonders for TJ. I thought he was going to shine with the Lions. I got a little bit of that Hard Knocks juice, and TJ was in that. But I knew TJ. TJ's been a player his entire. He was good in Iowa. So coming out of Iowa, he was great. But he shined with the Vikings. Had a career year, still young, 26 years old. The ceiling is very high for this kid. So shout out to TJ Hawkinson. Who we got at 2, Coach?
We have my boy George Kittle from the 49ers.
29 years old, number 3 on this list last year. Second team All-Pro, Pro Bowler. A lot of talk about George Kittle. Weezy, you were one of the guys who said, I'm playing a lot of games. Talk about George Kittle.
Yeah, he stayed healthy this year. Only missed 2 games. Usually he missed 5. He usually missed 4, at least 4 or 5 games. But here's the thing with George Kittle. George Kittle.
Yeah. Let him cook, man. Let him cook. Man. Go.
Usually George Kittle, probably on this list, is the best football player on this list. Best football player on this list
overall. All things considered by tight end.
He can play tight end in any era.
Yeah.
Okay.
George Kittle. There's only one football in San Francisco. You know what I mean? There's only one football. I know he didn't get over 1,000 yards this year, receiving wise. He didn't get over 1,000 yards receiving wise this year. The thing is, with a quarterback like Brock Purdy, he's going to look for his tight end a little bit more. I think. There's only one. Again, there's one football, but I do think this guy is locked in at number 2 and number 3 every year. Production, be damned. He's like we just said, all around tight end in the era.
Yeah, he's a guy. Yeah.
What makes him stand out is that not only he's going to run routes, he's going to catch the deep passes, but then he's going to blow up the offensive lineman blocking. And in that scheme that we run in San Francisco, you have to be able to do them both because Shanahan is going to draw up so much stuff that you're going to have to be able to block for the running game, but then you got to be able to go out and catch passes, which he does. That's why he had 60 receptions for his first career double-digit touchdown season.
Yeah, man. This is the guy, man. If Kittle was fed as heavily as Travis Kelce, his numbers would look very similar. On top of that, he blocks. So he's the full, complete position tight end. And if you look at, still playing a traditional inline tight end compared to all of those guys we have with Ayuk, Debo, things of that nature, and C-Mac, it's tough, man. I think he's still the most dangerous at the position because he can do so much. Also, with that great line blocking, like Coach mentioned, with that John Lynch offense, he is a cornerstone for it, and he's a Hall of Famer.
And he has his career after football.
John Lynch,
John Lynch, GM, for sure.
And he has his career after football planned out.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a wrestler. He's definitely a wrestler.
Yeah.
They said the Pro Bowl game tonight is the audition for all future wrestlers. So if you want to see all the future wrestlers, watch the Pro Bowl game.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the Pro Bowl game, the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
All right, number 1 on the list, Coach. Who we got?
Number 1, we have none other than Travis Kelce from the Chiefs.
My guy, 33 years old, number 1 on the list last year. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowler. Weezy, talk about Killer Trav, my guy.
It sure is funny how you play with Patrick Mahomes. You can play as long as you want. He's 33 years old, still having a great year, great career actually. Travis Kelce is a monster though, man. Been doing it a long time, doing it. He had 39 explosive plays last year as a tight end.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
Playing tight end and play in lines that puts his hand in the dirt.
Yeah,
he don't really line out wide.
Yeah,
no,
he don't. He's an old school tight end. Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be the same without him.
I agree. Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be a lot without a lot, but
No,
but he
no,
cold.
no, no.
But he cold.
Wait.
Patty Mahomes is cold. But what I'm
he'd
saying,
still be the number one.
it's a lot of a lot. It's a lot of a lot. I agree though. I agree. Cold. But what I'm saying is that Big Red and that Travis Kelce shit got a lot to do with it.
I mean, not the arm talent though. Not the arm talent. Arm talent still be there without them.
See, yeah, Donovan McNabb looking like a
See,
Hall of
yeah,
Famer. Yeah, Donovan McNabb was good.
Seeing how
Mike
Travis
Vick was
Kelce and Patrick Mahomes like go out and make up their own plays without coaches and offensive coordinators, no Big Red around.
Still
Wow,
a scheme,
look at that!
though, bro.
Look at that!
Still
No
a
Big Red
scheme,
around.
Jeff.
I'm just
Watch
saying.
too much football to
I'm
say
just
that.
going off with that's all I'm saying. Travis Kelce, we can go over all his stats, all his accolades. The question about Travis Kelce is where does he rank all time now? Is he 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on where you have him?
One.
That's the question with him.
it's
We
one.
can talk about everything else,
It's
but
one.
is he 1, 2, or 3?
It's one. That ain't even close.
I don't know.
One.
But
Tony Gonzalez.
It's another show.
Tony Gonzalez.
It's another
And then
show.
you have Antonio Gates.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got
And then you got Shaw. Man, not Jason Witten. Nah, not enough. What you got, Coach?
Jason Witten ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Right. To have 152 targets at tight end is crazy. That's insane. And then you can get 110 receptions to go with that, which is his career high. I mean, it's just those numbers had to go up with the departure of Tyreek Hill. They had to account for all of the stuff they lost with Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce just picked up that slack. That's why he had a career high in those receptions. He's not going to block, really, but they know that. They line him up in the dirt like Weezy means it, but as soon as they snap the ball, he takes off.
Yep.
And it's not like he's lining up and blocking anybody. They snap the ball, he's running his route instantly. But he's still cold at what he does, and that's why he's number one on the list.
Yeah. Best tight end in the NFL, best tight end ever. He's been a dominant force at the position for almost a decade, guys. And I think he arguably had his best season of his career last year. Like Jeff mentioned, that chemistry that he has with Patty Mahomes, it's the best in the NFL. Only Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill have more receiving yards since 2018.
That's crazy.
And he's been very healthy. That's what helps out. The realization that Rob Gronkowski is only 5 months older than Travis Kelce is crazy.
Yeah.
That is nuts. We missed out on seeing a 1-2 battle between them that could have been one of those ones. But we got a good consolation prize with him and Kittle. So, and they get along really well, though. But him being 33 years old, still trucking along, doing the stuff at his age, man.
Stop punching your teammates, though.
Yeah, now sometimes you got to punch your teammates. Yeah, sometimes you got to punch them in their shit.
You want me to start with number seven? Number seven, we had Dawson Knox. Number 6, we had Cole Kmet. Number 5, we had Evan Ingram. Number 4, we had Mark Andrews. Number 3, TJ Hawkinson. Number 2, George Kittle. And at number 1, you got to fight for your right to party. Travis Kelce.
Yeah. All right. Weezy, who we got leaving the list?
I think Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet's leaving the list? All right. What you got, Jeff? Who leaving the list?
I have, just because of the production of these other guys is just going to go up, I think Dawson Knox leaves this list.
You got Coach?
I think Mark Andrews leads this list.
Wow.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah. So, yeah. Still safety vet. Yeah, I got Dawson Knox leaving because of Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid is going to be a problem in Buffalo. Joining the list, Weezy. Who do we have joining the list in 2023?
I got Chiga Quanko, Titans.
Yeah, what you got?
He's solid, though.
Yeah, I like
that
Chiggs.
I like that, Wiz. I said this kid is going to reset the market for tight ends last year. So when me jumping out the window and saying that, he's got to make that list next year. So Kyle Pitts has got to make the list.
Yeah.
What you got?
I was going to say Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, KP and Chiggs. Chiggs a Conquo, man. Chiggs is going to have a great year. They need a safety valve. He is the guy I have on my list. You can look at that. What that say right there? Look at that. Chiggs a Conquo.
I'm sure it
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. He's open. And Waller's going to have a great year, too. It's going to be a year of...
Probably.
Yeah, Waller better have a good year. Yeah, we're slow singing.
We should have a resurgence of tight ends this year.
We should. It should be a good list. Yeah. Speaking of a list, we are moving on to the wide receivers. Knock down, drag out. A lot of talk with this list. Give me the final list from last year, Jeff.
At number 7, Deebo Samuel. Number 6, Tyreek Hill. Number 5, Stephon Diggs. Number 4, Ja'Marr Chase. Number 3, Justin Jefferson. Number 2, Devontae Adams. And number 1, Cooper Kupp.
Going off the list, who we have going off the list? Weezy?
Cam had Tyreek Hill. Jay had Jamar Chase.
Wowzers.
That's why you fought for that. I had Debo
That says a
Samuel.
lot. That speaks to it.
That says a lot.
On me, that ain't had nothing to do with it. It ain't had nothing to do with it. Who's joining the list, Weezy?
Cam had AJ Brown and Mike Thomas.
Okay.
I had Keenan Allen.
Oh, wow.
Jay had Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Wowzers. Mark Cooper had a great year last year.
No, I'm just saying it was solid choices by everybody.
Fuck out of here. Man.
Jesus. What did I say?
We got an honorable mention, Coach.
Honorable mention, we
On
have
the first one.
on the first one, Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Lions.
23 years old, man. Young guy, man. The sun god. Keeps rising up boards everywhere. Could have been a guy on this list. Had better numbers than guys that are actually on the list. Spoiler alert. But gets dinged up a little bit for being a slot guy. So, ton of range. He is number one. He's wide receiver 1 in Detroit. He's the guy.
For now.
Yeah. James Williams is not going to take that. Yeah, boy can't even. He don't even know how to run a route.
I didn't say he didn't. I'm just saying for now.
Who's the
I
guy?
like it. Could be. I like them both. I think they're both.
James Williams, he'll be traded.
We're getting sidetracked. But I
Yeah.
like them both, though. I like
Hey.
them both.
All right. Anything else about Amon-Ra St. Brown? Sun God? All right.
Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah, who we got at
Cold.
2, Coach?
Two, we have Terry McLaurin from the Commanders.
27 years old, wasn't ranked last year, was a Pro Bowler. This is the thing, man. I fought for Terry McLaurin to be on
You
this
fought
list.
tooth and nail.
Tooth and nail.
Did.
Yeah, flying way under the radar. I get it. His team stinks. I understand it. He has 10 different quarterbacks in 4 years. Still find a way to have 1,000 in every year he's played football in the NFL. You see the improvement of A.J. Brown? See the improvement of Stephon Diggs? This guy is one of the top 5-10 route runners in the entire NFL. And I just don't understand why he wasn't on the list, but I get it. I totally
We only
understand.
have 7.
It's
Scary Terry,
only-
he's a very good player. I wish he was in Buffalo, but there's only 7 slots on this list.
It is.
That's
It
it.
is. Any other honorable mentions, Coach? Weezy's he's kicking himself in the face right now. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the list. Who do we have at 7?
At 7, we have Jamar Chase from the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep, 23 years old. Number 4 on the list last year was a Pro Bowler. Yep. Played in 12 games. We talk about Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, man, game changer.
He is.
Game changer. Only played in 12 games. Might be, I think he's the best wide receiver on this team for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No question. Joe Burrow's favorite target.
Today.
But yeah, I'm over Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Shit, guy. Y'all better have some jerseys. I need to see some Jamar Chase jerseys.
Panay. That was never my
guy.
guy. Jamar Chase was never my guy.
Jamar Chase ain't never been my guy.
I was the one saying the Bengals were wrong for drafting him. They should have drafted the lineman. They would have
You
won
and
the
me
Super
both.
Bowl.
I said that
Yeah.
too.
They proved us wrong on that one.
They didn't win
No,
the
they
Super
didn't.
Bowl.
He was first team All Pro. He's the best left tackle in the league.
Huh?
What are you talking about, Wiz?
No, Burrow got hurt the first year
Because he didn't have anybody blocking for him.
Yeah, the same year.
but the year they got Jamar Chase, they went to the Super Bowl.
And they didn't win it because there was Aaron Donald was in his ass.
Yeah, but they went to the Super Bowl. But you can't tell me that was a bad pick.
Still need a
They
left
didn't
tackle.
win though.
Anyway,
All right, I understand what you're saying, Wiz. I still would have took the tackle. I'm biased. Jamar Chase. I fought for Jamar Chase to be on this. No, let me take the lie back. No, I did not fight for Jamar Chase to be on this list. I caved, but as my co-hosts arrived and had points to make, they were right. Jamar Chase is supposed to be on this list.
Amon-Ra St. Brown had better numbers than him.
It's only 7 slots, and he played in less. And Chase played in less games. It still was a comparable amount of touchdowns and receptions.
That's it. Just touchdowns. He had more touchdowns.
It's about scoring.
No.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
He just
scored.
had
He had
more.
more receptions
That's it.
and yards. And yards.
We
He
ain't
didn't
talking
have more
about
receptions.
He had more receptions.
No,
Yes,
do we
Amon-Ra
want-
St.
We're
Brown-
not talking about.
Do we
We're not
want
talking
to show
about
how the
what's on
donuts
that
are made?
That wasn't the deal though.
No,
Do you want
that
to show
wasn't
how
the
the
battle.
donuts are made? Do you really want to show how the donuts
No,
are made? 'Cause
all I said
the original
was-
argument was somebody else.
Yeah.
I had Terry McLaurin at 7.
Yeah, that was the argument.
Yeah,
St.
he
Brown
And
was
so
not.
I said if we gonna do that, then we might as well let's do some real talk. And Amon-Ra St. Brown had a better year than both of
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't remember that argument.
them. How? It's selective amnesia.
Probably so.
Okay.
Call it what you want.
Yeah, CTE. A lot of that. Yeah.
So,
Call it what you want.
like mentioned, Jamar Chase did miss 4 games because of hip injury, but he still led the Bengals in every statistical category He had 9 touchdowns, 1,000+ yards, 87 catches. He's just showtime on the field. Basically, he's gonna catch the ball over double teams. He's gonna make spectacular catches, and he's just a great wide receiver who's just continue to get better and better every year.
Yeah, he had some great weeks down the stretch. Great wide receiver. Him and Burrow have a special combination there. Just shouldn't made it the list.
Joe Burrow.
Coming in number 6, who we got, Coach?
At 6, we have CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys.
24 years old, wasn't ranked last year. He's kind of second team All-Pro and a Pro Bowler. Coming in at 6, Weezy. Talk to me about CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb's a monster. I ain't gonna lie. CeeDee Lamb had a good year last year. You think he didn't? What's that look?
Oh, man. I bring up CeeDee Lamb. You be like, CeeDee Lamb. Mm-hmm. You make a whole bunch of faces about CeeDee Lamb.
I think CeeDee Lamb had a good year last year.
He had a great year last year.
Yeah, but
Just keep fighting, Weezy.
no. But here's the thing: everybody I bring up had a horrible year to him. Everybody.
That's not true. I think CeeDee Lamb had one of the better years in football. It's the wide receiver position.
But
people ain't talking about it.
But you think he's better than AJ Brown?
He better than AJ
See,
Brown.
that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying?
I just don't think he gets the same credit that AJ Brown.
You see, that's a look. Joe, you see
Only person I think that's better. We'll talk about it. Go ahead.
CD plays for the Cowboys. If anybody's going to get credit, it's going to be a Cowboy
Not
wide
him.
receiver.
Not him.
He
He's
has-
second team All Pro. Nobody talks about it.
And he has a number 88 jersey on. That's Cowboy. Okay, brother.
Come on.
You got
Come on,
relax.
dog. Come on,
wearing
man.
number 88 as a wide receiver and Cowboy as a lure to that number. So and he lived up to it, man. Had a great year. As Jay said, under the radar.
Yeah, man. He accounted for 30% of the Cowboys' receptions, which is the second highest rate in the NFL. And that's why he had the year he had. He set career numbers in every category of damn near for himself. But is he going to be able to bounce back and do it again this year? That's the question.
They got him some help this year.
So we may see a slight decline in those numbers just because he has a little more help. But CeeDee Lamb is the real deal.
Yeah, barring any injuries, man. He's one of those guys. Just another third-year wide receiver that continues to get better. Career numbers across the board. One of those guys at 24 years old to see how he looked in 2022. I think it's just big things coming for this kid. As long as Dak can get it out to him. That's the reason they got rid of Amari Cooper, because they were stepping on his growth, and it showed last year, man. Underrated, CeeDee Lamb. Coming in at 5, who we got, Coach?
At 5, we have Big Jeff's guy, Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills.
29 years old, number 4 on the list last year. Second team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, Weezy. Talk to me about Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, man, can play cold weather, domes, but it don't matter with him, man. Good hands. Only thing with him, you don't give him the ball, he gonna let you know it.
Yeah, he needs the
He
ball.
gonna start a fight with your quarterback or some coach. He gonna start a fight with somebody. You got him good in the ball. You got to keep him involved in the game. But he's a playmaker, game changer. After the catch, he's amazing.
Yeah,
and he's undersized. He really ain't a big bulky wide receiver. He's undersized to play to be as good as he is.
Yeah,
he's competitive. He's getting a bad rep because the media has decided to side with our quarterback. But he's getting a bad rap for being a bad teammate or causing trouble. The kid just wants to win. And he knows that this team has the talent to win the Super Bowl. We have underachieved the past 2 years, and he knows it. And it sucks to see. And I'm glad he's calling people out on it. He's calling our coaching staff out on it. They deserve it. Calling our quarterback on it. They deserve it too.
I don't think he gets a bad rep. Even when he played in Minnesota, bro, when he didn't get the ball, he screamed at the offensive coordinator, throw me the ball.
Because he's open. I want my wide receiver to be that way. My wide receiver one needs to be like that. Because you need to be able. My wide receiver one needs to hold everybody accountable. If he open, throw it to him. Don't waste your time looking for Dawson Knox or somebody else on the other side of the field. Throw it to the guy that's open. That's gonna make a play. We need to win. The window is closed because of that.
Chill.
Oh, shucks.
What you got, Coach?
This is probably his second best season in the NFL. You know, he, like Jay mentioned, he was all pro, had 108 catches for 1,400 yards with 11 touchdowns, and he recorded 29% of the Bills' receptions, which was the third highest rate in the NFL. And he was top 5 in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. So he had a great year. They just got to get the final product done now.
Yeah, I had Diggs higher on this list. Went from good to great following that trade from Minnesota to Buffalo in 5 seasons. What'd you say?
I said,
Okay. Okay. In his 5 seasons with the Vikings, he never made a Pro Bowl, guys. Since he joined the Bills in 2020, he's made the Pro Bowl every season since. Just another great year. One of those guys should be able to dominate with less attention on him this season as you add in Dalton Kincaid, who's going to play in the slot. It's a guy, man. Stephon Diggs.
It's one of the few trades you can say both teams won, right?
Think about it. Justin Jefferson.
They got the Vikings end up with Justin Jefferson off of that trade, and then the Bills get Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah. That's like the Demonis Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton trade in the NBA.
Yeah, everybody won.
Yeah,
everybody won.
Both teams won. Yeah. Who we got at 4, Coach?
At 4, we have A.J. Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles.
25 years old. Wasn't on the list last year. Second team All-Pro. Pro Bowler. Talk to me about A.J. Brown.
One of the best trades of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
We got nothing for him too.
Yep.
But
that's a damn shame.
I don't understand how y'all let that happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, y'all got that's what it was. Got a new GM out of it.
Yeah. But you know,
Damn. Y'all
AJ
ain't nothing. I was asking for real. What y'all trade?
It was like a second. We got two picks from where we traded one of the picks. I think one of the picks we took. No, we took a offensive lineman or something. Anyways, we didn't get what we deserved from him for sure. We should have kept him.
To pay DeAndre.
Yeah, they got AJ Brown, and they went to Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Like,
look at there.
With that, like people could easily say Miami and Cincinnati's wide receiver room with the Eagles. The way Jalen Hurts played last year, that wide receiver room was right there.
Yeah.
Jeff?
You know, we could talk about stats, but that man came, no disrespect to the Titans fans in the room. That man came into Tennessee, dropped 2 touchdowns, 100+ yards on Tennessee, got that GM fired Tuesday morning. Yeah. Like, that says a lot because you saw what you did, letting that guy go, and the ownership saw that and was like, bro, we got to do something. And they did it. The dude was amazing to me. He should have been higher. Could have been higher on this league.
He caught a touchdown and pointed to the owner's box, like I told you.
Yeah.
He
didn't want to leave. He wanted to be here.
He wanted to be here.
Yeah, you could tell he came with that game with something on his mind. He had a point to prove in that game. But he set career highs in every stat for wide receivers this season with the Eagles. And he became the first Eagles receiver to finish the top 5 receiving yards since Irvin Fryer in 1997. A.J. Brown he's just a special talent, and I don't understand why the Titans let him go. I still don't understand that, but he did what the Eagles needed him to do to help them get them to that next level, like Weezy mentioned, of getting them to the Super Bowl.
Yep, I look back and revisited that trade. It was for Traylon Burks.
Yeah, for first round.
Ended up becoming Traylon.
Being Traylon Burks, yeah. For 3 years, A.J. Brown carried that Tennessee Titans passing game. When he was traded to a more explosive offense, he had a career year. And, man, just being 26 years old, right around the corner, not only is he a home run hitter, he's just one of those guys that dominates in every position at the field, at the wide receiver position. Those little nagging leg injuries will continue to hamper him, see what's going on. But he was in great hands with him and Smitty as I think, the best duo in the NFL at the wide receiver position.
That's a fight.
Him and Smitty versus him and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Who you take?
Me personally, I got A.J. Brown and Smitty. Me personally. But I think the world is going to go with the Dolphins.
It's tough, yeah.
Because that speed, you can't. That's track speed on both sides with them
and routes. Yeah, but I'm telling you, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough.
Did y'all see Devontae Smith footwork?
Yeah,
shout out to Twin. Shout out to Twin.
Footwork ain't route running.
Footwork
ain't route running. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I know what you're doing though. Who we got at 3, Coach?
At 3, we have Devontae Adams from the Raiders.
Yeah, 30 years old, number 2 on the list last year, first team All-Pro, receiving touchdown leader, and a Pro Bowler. We talk about Devontae Adams.
Man, one of the best wide receivers in the league, still to this day. A matchup problem. He's one of those guys where every possession, you look over at him, one-on-one, let's give him a shot.
Yeah.
I don't care who on him, what kind of coverage. If he's one-on-one, let's give him a shot.
That's how we used to look at Devontae DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins used to be one of those guys. You're like, throw it over there.
Yeah, let's give him a shot. And most of the time he come down with the catch. it might follow. It might hurt him a little bit this year because he didn't play with Aaron Rodgers. He might be kicking himself behind closed doors, but he's still I think he can go anywhere else besides the Raiders. Still be the number 1 on this list next year, maybe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think he should be hired just based off what he did last year with Derek Carr as quarterback and what he's going to do for Garoppolo this year. Like, he should have been higher on this list. He puts up. It don't matter who his quarterback is. He's open. He's going to find a way. He's going to get his yards at the catch. He's going to catch the hard, the difficult passes. He's going to bring those 50-50 balls down like you guys mentioned. This guy's a complete wide receiver.
Go.
Yeah, I mean, I've said everything. He's a great wide receiver. He led the league in touchdowns as a wide receiver because he just makes plays. He's going to be able to go up and get the ball, no matter who's guarding him. 1,500 plus yards at 14.7 yards per catch.
Yeah.
He just needs to hope that Jimmy Garoppolo can stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing.
Yeah, Adams is just another one of those guys that presents another case study on how valuable you are. The Packers offense faltered for most of the season without Adams being there to create those explosive plays that you guys were talking about. He's still the class at the position still, man. Very interesting to see how he plays with Jimmy Garoppolo because, spoiler alert, he won't make our NFL top 7 at the quarterback position. This is the first time that Adams has a guy who doesn't throw the deep ball. So we'll see just how good Devontae Adams is playing alongside Jimmy Garoppolo, which Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be fine. He's just a winner, dog. But you just
gotta stay healthy.
Winner. Yeah, shit, winner. Super Bowl quarterback. Didn't win that thing, but he made it. Yeah.
Remember that's a positive now, not winning the Super Bowl.
No, I'm saying, but he's a winner though. That's what I'm saying. He has to win games.
When we bring it up for other quarterbacks next week.
No, I just said he's a winner.
I know. Yeah. When we bring up being a winner for other quarterbacks next week,
you get Super Bowl not winning it.
No, I just said he's a winner. Like he's played at a high level for a team, even when a time where he wasn't even supposed to be starting quarterback came in anyway. Consummate professional came in there, played quarterback one. That's
absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Spoiler alert. I didn't say that. I just said when it comes to next week for quarterback,
Jalen Hurts' numbers are comparable.
I'm just talking
about I don't know. All I said is his numbers as a rookie are very comparable to very shitty quarterbacks.
At number 2.
Yeah, who we got it to?
We have Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins.
Yep, 29 years old, number 6 on the list last year. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowler. Weezy. Talk about Cheetah.
Cheetah cold. Cheetah has a skill you can't coach, you can't teach. That's speed. And usually with wide receivers with speed, they usually don't have hands or they can't run routes. This guy kind of he kind of can do both. Yeah. I honestly think he want to be a 2,000-yard receiver. Yeah. If Tua could throw the deep ball, he could be a 2,000-yard receiver.
Tua can throw the deep ball, man. Golly.
Bro, everybody knows Tua. I'm not saying
he was throwing the deep ball last year. He was throwing the deep ball. How you think he got off?
All right, I'll go. I'll go. Tyreek Hill.
He's like he was throwing the shit short like Drew Brees.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill, man. They better not. You better not. I tell you what. Anyway, world class speed, world class wide receiver. He got to stay off. He got to stay off the podcast, off the mics a lot. He's saying some wild stuff. He also said this week that he wants to go into the Hall of Fame, which I do believe he will be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. He wants to be a Hall of Famer in his Dolphins uniform. Whatever, Tyreek Hill. I don't know what it is. He seems to have a disdain for Kansas City that I'm not really understanding. But, man, this guy is a great player. They have a great, we talked about great wide receiver duo tandem with those two. And that offense is potent. Tua looks to be healthy this year. So, man, as a Buffalo Bill fan, I'm petrified. So, here we go.
To comment on what you said, Jeff, I think he has that disdain with the Chiefs because he feels like he didn't get the credit that he deserved while he was there, because when he left Kansas City, everybody said he wouldn't be the same Tyreek Hill because he didn't have Patrick Mahomes. But he went to the Dolphins, his set career high in receptions and receiving yards. Mm-hmm. So he just showed how good of a receiver he actually is. And it's time for them to put together what the Dolphins have been working on. The defense is there. The offense is there. They have everything they need. Now they have to just put it on the field and win games.
Yep, another case study of how important an elite receiver can be to an offense. That performance, man, looked like he didn't have an out-of-this-world quarterback, a guy who's trying to figure out their way. And what did he do, man? Instead of taking a step back, he elevated an entire offense, just like Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. His presence forced the defense to become a little bit more predictable. It's hard to play a lot of if you're afraid of getting beat deep, you got to play a lot of safety coverage to help over the top with Tyreek Hill. So it makes highlight play after highlight play after highlight play. One of those guys, as good as he is, very underrated at the wide receiver position.
Safe to say this is another one of those trades both teams won?
No, it wasn't a trade. He was a free agent sign.
No, he was traded, I thought.
Well, he was at the end of the contract, so
yeah, but they
just gonna
still
get rid of him. But
right.
they didn't get anybody.
What did the Kansas City get?
Kansas City
A
get
championship. A championship.
They didn't get anybody.
But they won a championship.
That's not a trade.
So
They didn't have to pay him. They didn't have to pay him.
But that's not a trade, though.
They did not trade him. Did they not trade him?
They traded him, but they didn't.
They saved the cap space, and they still won a Super Bowl. And he gets to go to Miami and break all the records he wants to break. I'm not breaking records, but and put up the numbers, I should say, that he wants to put up.
I don't think it was a win for Miami because they ain't won that yet.
I'm talking about, no, I mean for Tyreek Hill. I'm speaking specifically
for
Tyreek
Hill.
Yeah. Because you say he doesn't. Coach mentioned he doesn't feel like he got the recognition or the credit he deserved for what he was doing, and he's putting up those great numbers now.
Yeah. Still wait to be seen. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think the Dolphins still a work in progress. They haven't really got to the point.
It's not Super Bowl or bust for them this year?
I don't think so. They don't have a running back.
I think if Tua stays healthy, he can stay out of the concussion protocol. No, I'm serious.
I got you.
I'm dead serious. I think he should throw for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, he was on the way to score for 4,000 and 30 touchdowns, less than 10 picks.
Yeah. He should.
All that shit that people be talking about with Tua.
He should throw for 5.
Yeah, with that
Waddle
speed,
him,
with 17-13 between them two. Yes, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't.
Three right
I'm
there.
saying he should.
Yeah, he should. Absolutely.
But he got to stay healthy.
Yeah,
because I don't think all the quarterbacks are getting signed. He might not get a big deal if he don't stay healthy this year.
That's tough. Who we got at 1, Coach?
At 1, we have Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings.
Jettis, my guy, 24 years old. Number 3 on the list last year. Should have been number 1 last year. Oh, wow. NFL Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pro, NFL receptions leader, NFL receiving yards leader, and a Pro Bowler to match. Talk to me about Jettis. Weezy.
Jettis special.
Yeah.
I use great for some of these quarterbacks. I used Tyreek Hill had his speed uncoachable. This dude is just special.
Yeah.
One of my co-hosts here has been saying it for a long time. No free shout outs, but
Can't give me a free shout out. I'm with
it. Yeah, but he's been saying it for a long time. Justin Jefferson is a special player, man. And he got the numbers to back it up. And you don't lead the league in passing yards almost 3 years in a row for just not being special with Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. He's special.
He's special. He couldn't have been number 1 last year. He was coming because Cooper Kupp was coming out the Triple Crown the year before that. He couldn't beat out Cooper Kupp off of that.
Nah, I had him at number 1.
Yeah, but he couldn't beat Cooper Kupp off of that.
Nah, I'm saying I just knew.
Yeah, but he couldn't though. Like there was no way of beating Cooper Kupp off of that, right? And I'm not even a Cooper Kupp fan, but so Justin Jefferson, you know how special you got to be to get MVP votes or MVP consideration as a wide receiver is insane, and he had that for a portion of the year, large portion of the year. Great, everything we just said, and just getting MVP votes as a MVP consideration as a wide receiver. Enough said.
What makes him so special are his hands. He goes up, he gets contested balls from when got defenders all around him, and then the other thing that sets him apart is he's a 3-level route runner. He can run the short route, great, the mid route, great, and the long route, great. It doesn't matter what route he has everything in a tree, and he does all those routes well, and that's why he leads the league in receptions and receiving yards.
Yeah, man, it's my guy. Very few players in NFL history has immediately dominated the way he has since entering the league in 2020. Just strong-armed his way to the number 1 spot. I remember him coming out, they were saying that he was only a slot guy. Now he's turned into a mega star, wide receiver 1 that you can put in any spot. Has the most receiving yards in players' first 3 seasons. Defenses are afraid to leave this guy on the island for good reason. Face the lowest rate of single high coverages in the NFL. Play man, you get dusted. So try and press, disrupt the route. Good luck, strong off the line. So highlight reel catches, double team the most in the NFL still to go out and have 128 receptions and 1,800, being double teamed the entire year. And your other wide receiver is a guy named Adam Thielen, who's on the decline last year, man. It just shows how cold it is, man. Tough, man. One of those guys, best receiver in the league. Been saying that for 2 or 3 years now. Good seeing Jetters, man. Number 1, 24 years old. Go through the list, Coach. 7 through 1.
7, we have Jamar Chase from the Cincinnati Bengals. At 6, we have CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys. At 5, we have Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills. 4, A.J. Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles. At 3, Devontae Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. At 2, Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins. And at 1, we have Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings.
Weezy, who's leaving the list and why?
Tough list, man.
Tough list. It's tough.
I'm going to say A.J. Brown. I'm going to say A.J. Brown. I'm going to say they spread the ball out more. He got a better supporting cast.
Tough.
I'm going to say A.J. Brown.
Tough.
I ain't hating on A.J. Brown.
Nah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's the easy answer too. Saying nobody is easy, but I'll jump out here and say CeeDee Lamb leaves the list. If they got him some help, hopefully Dak and hopefully that running game is gonna pick up.
Who's the second wide receiver there? Michael Gallup and who else?
Gallup, and they got the kid Cooks. Didn't they get Brandon Cooks?
They got Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
They did get Brandon Cooks. Yeah, I'm on for cold. Darren Cooks. Nobody talking Brandon Cooks. Cold every year. What you got, Coach?
My honest answer is I don't see nobody leaving this list.
That's real.
But just to go for picks, I'm going to say Devontae Adams because I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo can throw the ball down the field for him to have this many yards.
Jimmy got salt.
Yeah. Leaving this list, man, it's going to be tough. We already had one injury. I guess I'll roll with Stephon Diggs leaving the list because he's going to be mad just not getting enough touches. Man, it's going to be tough because Cooper Kupp making this list. So somebody got to make room for Cooper Kupp because he's coming back next year.
Yeah.
We got Weezy. Who's joining the list?
Joining the list. I hope it's somebody from the Denver Broncos. I really do to help Russell Wilson out. I really do hope it's one of them from the Denver Broncos. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Drake London from Atlanta Hawks.
You've been saying he got a good
Atlanta
year.
Falcons.
He's gonna kill this year.
Yeah, what you got, Joe?
Safe pick is Cooper Kupp, but I'm gonna step out on a limb and say, not step out on a limb. I'm gonna say Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, Coach.
I'm gonna say Devontae Smith.
Smitty. Yeah, Smitty have a year. I have George Pickens making this list next year. Pittsburgh Steelers. He gonna have one of those years this year, like one of those Josh Gordon years. 1,600, 9 touchdowns. What he doing in training camp, I've been looking at it, and I'm like, oh, okay. He's going crazy next year.
They're going to put number 1s on him.
Yeah. Nah, he'll be fine. George Pickens.
One more to the list.
He been eating. Go
ahead.
Nah.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore's going to have a good year, too. Yeah. He's going to have a good year. He had a good year last year. He just didn't have nobody throwing the damn ball. Yep.
That changes this year.
That definitely changes this year. And that we appreciate everybody sending the list. A lot of lists. Yeah, I bet. A lot of lists for the wide receivers, and not so many for the tight ends, but a lot for the wide receiver position. It's a knockdown, drag out. Jamar Chase had a lot to do with a lot of conversation between them and Lil Baby. I am done with talk in the champagne room. Yeah, I'll say it again. No more conversation for me at the wide receiver position, and I ain't talking to y'all about hip hop no more. It just hurts my feelings, man. It hurts my feelings.
Why you gotta let listeners know, man?
No, about hip hop. I'm just saying we closing up the show. You want me to tell the listeners what really happened?
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
let's do
we
it.
Don't. We want to say,
we're not that part.
Please subscribe to the YouTube page. Thank you. Give a thumb up on the YouTube page. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man, and share it. Share the YouTube.
Share the
Comment. Tell them to
comment
subscribe.
on YouTube. Shout out to my boy Logan. Logan came through and said we miss Quentin Williams.
Yes.
I wonder if he's feel the same way about Lil Baby.
Oh, here we go.
Now, tweet some questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate, subscribe. You thought I wasn't going to say that? More important, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
to tell a friend about joining the Patreon in 2 weeks.
To tell a friend about that Patreon for sure.
So Weezy,
Everything paid for, big baby.
Coach.
Get a drummer song.
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, the revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The revolution will be podcasted.